If we haven't met before, I'm Sarah, an end-of-life planning advocate, normalizing conversations about end-of-life and estate planning before those conversations are necessary. Historically, when talking about estate or end-of-life planning, they only talked about married couples, usually older married couples, with an assumption that the man would die first. And that is still the most common narrative represented in the media and even in end-of-life and estate planning materials. I dare you to find a brochure about estate planning that doesn't feature a smiling, gray-haired elderly couple, presumably married. But that is changing. When discussing who will make decisions for you or manage your affairs after you die, most resources refer to those people as your family or your loved ones. More legally focused resources might say your next of kin. I tend to refer to those people as your people. Why? Your people is the best phrase I've come up with that fits the most people's scenarios. Everyone has different living situations, and everyone has different types of people who care about them, who will take care of them when they are ill, and who will manage their affairs after they die. Those relationships take all forms and might be called all sorts of things. Many people, of course, have spouses or legal families who are in their life, but whether by choice or by necessity, that doesn't describe everyone. Some people have marriage-like situations with people they aren't legally married to. Some people have chosen family or multiple significant others. Some people have great friends. To only say family, to me, implies a traditional nuclear family situation that doesn't reflect the reality that many people live in. To even say loved ones implies emotions or a type of relationship that isn't the reality for some people. And as for heirs or next of kin, too legal. Those terms are legal roles, and while they might reflect who is legally entitled to your estate or who the court says can make decisions on your behalf, it doesn't say anything about the people who are actually in your life or who are actually important to you. The people who will care about you and will be dealing with the nitty-gritty logistics of wrapping up your life. I read a lot about what they say about the future of elder care or the state of end-of-life planning. The most common scenario discussed is a heterosexual married couple where the man dies first, but there's getting to be a lot more talk about the expanding types of relationships and care situations that are increasingly common as demographics and relationships shift. I'm seeing more articles about friend relationships, not just being best friends forever, but friends actually taking care of each other as they get older and leaving their estates to one another. Golden Girls style living arrangements aren't just for 80s TV anymore, they are increasingly becoming a reality. Ever so slowly, a world set up almost exclusively around married spouses is beginning to realize that not everyone is or wants to be married. Part of my response to that is to consider and talk to the people in different kinds of relationships and scenarios. Single people, solo agers, married couple, people surrounded by chosen family. Talking to those people and making sure they understand their situations and the legal ramifications of doing or not doing end-of-life paperwork. Making sure those groups know how to make sure the people that they aren't tied to by blood or by marriage can be part of their lives in sickness and after death. Another very small part of that shift is the language that I choose to use. Your people is my way of trying to encompass all of the different kinds of people who may be in your life. To be honest, I still don't like the phrase your people. I think it sounds too generic, but it's the best that I've come up with. So until I come up with something better, your people is the best, most wide-ranging, most inclusive term I have to include whoever it is that is in your life.